driving towards Bullhead City, Laughlin, leaving Kingman, and I can't see in the screen, but that pointy peak you see out there somewhere is Sugarloaf. I'm gonna hit Union Benchmark, Pyroclastic Peak 4340, and Sugarloaf. And all right, so note to anyone doing this: this road, which when stopped at it apparently was nice and paved, is not in the best shape. Go around to the left. But there is Sugarloaf and Peak 4340, and there's Union Benchmark. All right, so we're parked. There is Sugarloaf, which is going to be the last peak. This peak is 4340. So we're parked on this road. We're going over to get Pyroclastic Peak, and out of view beyond this one, that slope that you see, that's Union Benchmarks. This I've crossed the highway. Now we need to figure out a way to get up this. All right, tight squeeze under the fence, but now we're walking up this rib and gonna eventually, I think, bend to the right. So just wanted to gain the ridge, and so this is the ridge. So, you know, for now it goes, the topo lines show that it goes similar, you know, similar topo lines. So, but you never know, we might hit a rocky cliff. So heading up and just trying to stay ridge proper here, or maybe right on the side of it if the terrain dictates. But we've come up a decent amount, 400 feet, maybe 400 or 500 feet from the road. All right, we hit a little climbing, little class 3 chimney maybe. So dropped just below the ridge on the right, climber's right, and now I mean the ridge is right next to us, but just walking on the slope here, try to avoid maybe some of these climby ups and downs. All right, we've hit the notch right here, this saddle. And this is, when we come back down, this is where we're gonna descend, I believe, to get over to Pyroclastic Peak. So at the saddle now, Sugarloaf looking very cool and prominent in the distance. And there's the Colorado River down there, Lake Mojave, I think it's called around here. We're north of Lake Havasu. And I must say it's been pretty easy class 2. And I just hit another notch higher up on the ridge. So we just have to climb up to it. Looks like it's this point. So let me just take you along from the ride. So there might be a way to avoid this little you know, steppy, whatever you call it, class 3. Yeah, it looks like there's one move up here. It's a loose rock. Yeah, summit of Union Benchmark. Got him. So you could just walk up right here. I'm an idiot. All right, so looking out to, I don't know, Bullhead City maybe? Laughlin, Bullhead City, and down eventually Lake Havasu. And there's Pyroclastic Peak. And there, oh, look in the clouds. That's some dark clouds. We got a, whatever that's called, Sugarloaf, and one of those lower points below. That other point below, I don't know if it's even necessary to do, but. All right, sun's coming out. We're back down to this prominent saddle. And I think what I'm gonna do is cut across to this rib. I just think it was too cliffy, although there could have been a way down higher up. But I think I'm gonna cut right here and avoid dropping too far and just aim for that saddle. All right, so we've sort of contoured around, dropped slightly, just found a random wooden post, followed like some animal tracks, and I'm attempting to now get up on this rib which I think is the ticket, but all right, we're basically down to the saddle between Union Benchmark and out of sight now, Pyroclastic Peak. So we're gonna start heading up this slope and I think bend around some of these lower rock formations, but eventually get to that shoulder that you see up there, and that'll lead to the left of that one and eventually to the peak. All right, so update. You can walk right up and over that. I more or less did, I guess not quite. But now I'm basically on the ridge and gonna follow this ridge. There's our peak, we can see it now. So we're gonna go around this. So right on the ridge or just to the right of the ridge. Pretty tame, pretty easy walking, and should be that way until we have to wrap around and do some climbing up the peak. So we're wrapping around the side of this false summit. We hit a post. I hope I'm not cliffed out and I didn't bend too high. We'll see in a second here. No, we're good. You could stay a little bit lower. There's our peak. We just got to wrap around it, so we're gonna have to drop a little bit, but it looks fine. All right, so we had to weave our way kind of through some somewhat complex terrain around, but we're about at our next little between point. Now we just gotta wrap around this thing to the right and climb up, and I think we'll figure it out. Pyroclastic Peak. All right, so we've effectively wrapped around, and I think we want to go right up this crack here. We're gonna attempt to climb what he called a crest, class 4 crack. Let's find out, I guess. Huh. The rock seems pretty decent, but you never know, I guess. It's somewhat overhanging. The rock does feel pretty good, but you don't want to necessarily rely on that. I don't know if this is going to move here, so. Of course, there's a cactus right where I want to put my hand. So, this isn't that easy. Let's say it's difficult, but okay, I think I'm up. There's just these little cactuses right where I wanted to put my hand. So yeah, that's definitely the crux. And might as well show you the rest of the way here. There's a bush right in the way. Luckily it's nice and pliable. Okay. Just go down by the bush. Seems easy enough. Seems like an easy walk up. Definitely a little class 4 move. But yeah, this is gonna be, look at these cactus. Bush, that's your crack. Whoa, that moved. All right. Maybe the high point's over here. Pyroclastic Peak. Yeah. Get down that drainage somehow. Should be easy enough to find the main drainage and follow it out. So anyway, Sugarloaf, the lower ones in front are one of the other ones. I don't know if it's even worth doing that, but yeah, it's where we just were about, I don't know, 45, 50 minutes ago. And whatever that is, I don't know what that is. Mountain Nut, maybe? I think that's one of the high mountains around here. So, beautiful day. Now I'm gonna quick get down this class 4 move and just head straight down the slope, I think. All right, so we're back on the other side of the formation. I didn't show the class 4 down climb. It was honestly not too bad. You had good, you were able to lower yourself pretty easily. So I'm going to attempt to just get right off here and just head down to that rib or one of those drainages. And hopefully it works out. I think there might be a class 3 move or something to get down some of these cliff bands, but then I think it's gonna get much easier. So let's, this might be the class 3 move right here. So I've veered left and I'm following a drainage, a little fork of a drainage down. But I think once I get to this rib, I'm gonna pop up on the rib. I think that'll be easier walking. So I'm just gauging the terrain from above. Gonna go down. Once I hit this brush, maybe just quick go up, because that's gonna bend the wrong way. I need to go that way. All right, so we've made it down to the confluence of the 2 main drainages. Let's get over here. I'm hopeful this won't be brushy the rest of the way. Yeah, a bunch of burro crap. So there's our 2 peaks. So here was the one drainage that we're meeting. I was in another side one, or sort of on the side of it. But the one is meeting the other one right here. Here's the confluence. So now we are down in. So I'm just gonna walk this out. Unfortunately, this bends the wrong way. Bends left or west towards the highway, and I want to cut over these hills, but I got to meet my friend, so I think I'm just gonna follow it out. I think that's gonna be the safest ticket right now to just, and this, as you can see, it's pretty easy walking. So we'll be at the highway in probably 5-6 minutes. All right, so I've effectively crossed the road going up these hills, and somewhere up here is that unnamed point, and there's Sugarloaf finally making an appearance, and there's a burro on the hillside. So we're gonna get down in that drainage and wrap around this peak. We have a showdown with some burros. There's 3 there, there's 7 over there. Uh-oh, they were yelping. Just heading up this rib, somewhere up there. Not exactly sure where the summit is. If it might actually be that over there. Yeah, I might actually have to cut left, I'm not sure. It's unclear exactly what's the highest is. But there's a burro right here snorting at me aggressively. And there's Sugarloaf. We have an angry burro. That's right. He was not moving. I just picked up some rocks and now he's moving. All right, so I've come up to the cliff face. We're gonna cut that way when we go do Sugarloaf, but I believe I want to bend up this gully. I don't know where the summit is. That's the problem. You can't tell. So I'm kind of winging it. I know, well, there's 3 points on the map that are all the same topo line, and I think it's the leftmost one. So I'm gonna cut into this gully, this little gully, and bend up it and just see what I find. I have no idea if this is correct, but this rock is just real pointy, and some of it's pretty loose. So it's not the nicest to try to step on. But yeah, I'm gonna bend up here and see what I can find. All right, I stayed somewhat low just because I had read stuff saying that if you're up on the ridge, it gets sketchy, although it looks fine. But I cut a little low, and now I think this wall right here, this colored wall, is where I want to climb up. I'm gonna check. I have his picture where he shows it, but I think it's literally right up here. Let's just show you. I'll just keep it running. All right, confirmed. This is definitely the last move. So I guess if you're on the ridge, you're maybe on top of that, or you're in the wrong place. So yeah, I think I did the right thing here. So let's show you. Apparently this was super good rock, although I've encountered quite a lot of rocks that I've pulled loose. So I'm not sure on that. It's probably a little less exposed right here. So let's do that. Find holds. There's a good hold. Oh yeah, good holds. Good holds. The feet aren't as good, but the hands are immaculate. All right, we're up. Point, not yet, hold on. Ow, bumped my knee on a rock. Not ideal. All right, point 4340, summited. Yeah, there's the truck, it's still there. Good news. Yeah, now the big boy, the highest one of the day, Sugarloaf. All right, we are more or less down between wherever 4340 is. Unsure if it's that or not. I don't think so. Back in the sun. And Sugarloaf. There's a lot of Sugarloafs out there, by the way. This is, I think, just my second Sugarloaf. I feel like I'm missing one. But anyway, we're gonna cut around. I don't know if we're just going right up that gully. I'm gonna consult the pictures. We might just go right up this grass gully. All right, we've come down. We had to drop quite a bit, and now we're having to reascend to the saddle up here, I believe. So we're like on the southwest corner maybe of Sugarloaf. Starting the approach to Sugarloaf, where at some point some sort of gully will reveal itself, hopefully. All right, we've reached the saddle, looking out, you know, west, northwest, and I think we're gonna take this gully that bends right. All right, so based on the pictures, we want to go up, I believe, right here. Very steep. Somehow I haven't hit any snakes, but I'm sure they're around somewhere. I'd like to see more cairns, just to confirm I'm on the right route. I think we're going right up here. All right, there's a dry fall, so you got to pass through it right here, through this sharp plant, which sucks. Maybe that's what he's talking about. A cactus guarded the entry to it. I think he mentioned that. So hopefully that's it. So now just a very steep, loose class 2. So you get the idea. Be careful if you're with someone else, knocking boulders down, because this is prime rockfall territory. Sort of a class 3 move. Apparently we go through a split and a boulder somewhere up top. Who knows where that is? All right, I'm gonna stop recording for a while. All right, we've popped out a notch. We do not want to go down. It's probably very dangerous. But here's the split in the boulder. So that's good. We're on the right track. Let's pop through this guy. It's actually pretty tight. It's very tight. Very tight. I don't even know where to get my feet. I'm probably facing the wrong way. Yeah, this is actually pretty challenging here because I'm stuck. My shoulders, they're again too big. Yeah. Ow. Bumped my head. Or the camera. All right, this just keeps going. I didn't show the whole thing. A lot of steep class 2, a couple class 3 moves. And now this is apparently more class 3. We gotta go up this. There's a grotto up here. I think we bend to the right, but maybe not. I have to keep consulting the pictures, so we're getting there. This is hard work. This is the highest peak of the day. So, a lot of vert. This is pretty good rock, it seems like. Might get a little more class 3 right here, but yeah, some of this rock I suppose could pull loose, but I think we're okay. Yeah, this is the grotto-like feature, which I think we're going right, but honestly, I don't know. I gotta consult the beta again. Yeah, this is hard work. So we have sort of an exposed move above the grotto down there. Now, he says it'll be tempting to go that way, but you want to go straight up. So, I'm gonna go straight up, I guess. We are getting closer, but still a long way to go. So it's been pretty hard work, not gonna lie. So yeah, we're gonna head up this steep thing for a while, and then check the beta again. I think there's an overhanging rock you go underneath, so that's probably the next thing. I should be, yeah, right here, this one. All right, good. We're on the right track. It's gonna be some probably class 3 or more. All right, right after this overhanging rock, I wanted to go up there, but I saw this in Stav's picture. You got to go up here apparently. So this is what he calls it, class 3+. Oh, that's fine. Great hold. So maybe it's straight ahead. Maybe the summit's right in front of us. Maybe. I think so. Oh man, that was a fun one. Sugarloaf Summit. Yeah, this is the summit of Sugarloaf. Yeah, that was not easy. Not easy. If you don't have the beta, that'd be difficult. There's the truck. Wow. So there's whatever peak we were on. There, something down there. This is Sugarloaf. So it will be quicker getting down, but not that much quicker. I'm gonna have to be careful. Very, very, very steep terrain. So yeah, that was well worth it. It's a good 4 summits. So to show you some of the down climbing, I think this is where I want to be, but honestly now I'm not sure. It's not easy. Definitely not easy. I think we came up, I think the crack in the boulder is right around the corner, but yeah, I think this was pretty good in terms of its holds. Though I don't know. Now that I'm going down it, not as confident. Yeah, so let's, pretty sure we want to go down, but now I'm not. Now I'm actually not sure, so let me reassess what to do here. All right, so I was right here. This is the crack in the boulder. You have to go down. I didn't even see it, so luckily I'm in the right place, but this was not easy to get through on the way up, and I'd imagine it's gonna be similar on the way down because I'm gonna get stuck. This is very tight if your shoulders are square, which mine are now slightly angled. I'm stuck. Hopefully there's nothing in the rock. It's gonna bite me. Okay, we're down. I mean, we have a long way to go still to the car, but we're down most what I would call the technical parts, so I guess that's good. And pretty sure we want to be going down this way. If we hit that big sharp plan at the bottom of this, then we're in the right place, and I'm pretty sure this is right. So just real steep class 2, and then steep side hilling all the way down to the saddle, and then down all the way on a rib or into a drainage, and then back, follow that drainage back close to the car, but then might have to go over a hill. So yeah, this was a good one. These 4 peaks together, not the easiest thing. I'd probably wear pants if I had to redo this, but I'll survive. So I just headed down this nice shade. All right, hip hip hooray, we're about down to this saddle out of that jungle gym up there. That was fun. It was just, you gotta know what you're doing, and this video helped, but Stav's beta was a big help, so thanks, Stav. I wouldn't have known where to go in certain places, or would have had to poke around for quite a while. So back to the saddle. Now just heading down, following this drainage out, more or less. Should be pretty easy, I think. Alright, it's just on top of there. We follow this drainage down. It just got to this little choke point where it kind of dives between cliffs. But this could get interesting. Maybe not. I thought I was going to hit a dry fall. But it's gotten real narrow right here with some water, which is cool. So we're going to follow it out here and hopefully make it to the car. I think we're getting close. But I'll need to check the map just to be sure. So hopefully we don't hit a major dry fall. That would be bad. And we've just hit a road. And look what we found. We found the car. So we did it. Just another 100 yards on the road. So that'll wrap it up. Union benchmark? I think that was the first one. Was that the first one? Union benchmark, yes. So taking the circuitous way down here, but we'll be down in a minute.